Hello and a very warm welcome to Borders Rugby Special. Due to the call-off of the Selkirk-Kelso match, we have returned to Netherdale under the floodlights for the National League Division 1 crunch match between Gala and Biggar. Gala's win against Melrose last week saw their promotion dreams start to come alive, whereas Biggar's defeat to Heriot saw theirs become a nightmare. Before we join Dale Clancy and Purdie in the commentary box, let's have a word with the coaches. Last week you managed to win against Melrose, but it was a game of missed opportunities. What have you worked on in training to rectify that this week?
Yeah, look, as I said last week, we've just been working on ourselves, so we've done our homework again on Biggar. But you're right, last week we felt that we probably left 3 or 4 tries out there. So this week it's just working on the individual skills, the basics, and how we want to play against Biggar today, which is play in the right areas and then test them just like we tested Melrose, but hopefully finish some opportunities off.
And with Biggar losing to Heriot's last week, it really changed the top of the table. So a win tonight will really put you in a strong position for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you're right. Look, as a coaching group, we're looking at that. But when we're speaking to the players, it's one game at a time. So last week we said we just get through that game. This week we've got Biggar on Friday night. We're just focusing on that. What happens after that, we'll see. But we need to get a win tonight to still be in that position.
So last week's game against Heriot's didn't quite go to plan for you. What have you taken from that game and what have you changed for this week?
Nothing's really changed, to be honest. You know, it was a case of that we were in the fight right to the last play and Heriot stole at the end, sort of thing. You know, it's a hard one to take any time you lose a game that's you know you're been winning for a good lump of the game. So looking forward, no, nothing really's changed. Go out, do the same job again, and hopefully it'll be enough this time.
Biggar will be hurting after last week, there's no doubt about that. That was a game that both teams would have been looking to win, so to lose that and then come here tonight, they need to win. So we're well aware of that. They're going to come, they're big boys, they're physical, but I think we'll match them in the physicality department. It's just, as I say, if we can finish off some opportunities, we'll see what happens at the end of tonight.
Tonight really is a must-win game for Biggar if you still want to keep those promotion hopes alive. So is that still your focus for the rest of the season?
Yeah, definitely. I just said that to the forwards just now. You know, it's a must-win. You know, if we don't win, then we can, you know, Gala will pull away and Heriot's will be away as well. So no, we must win. Simple as that. We're coming down here to try our best and get 4 points to start with and go for 5. As I say, Gala's going to do all they can to try and stop that. So it's not going to be an easy task. But
as a former Gala player yourself, you know what it's like to play on the Netherdale pitch. What have you said to the boys tonight about, you know, the home crowd here can be very passionate when it wants to be?
Yeah, I think, you know, sort of playing through the seasons, it's been a case of that Biggar and Gala have got the 2 best supports. You know, they take big crowds wherever they go. So I'm be very, very surprised if there's not a massive crowd here tonight. So yeah, as I say, it's just to enjoy it, something a bit different on a Friday night, and boys will enjoy it, I think.
Yes, welcome along to Netherdale in this top of the table clash between Gala and Biggar. Both contrasting forms last week. Gala defeating Melrose and maybe put them out of the title race. And Biggar, they suffered a narrow defeat in the dying stages of their game at Hartree Mill to Heriot's, which means that the top of National 1 is wide open for any of those 4 teams to grasp. But is the home team, who start with Rex Jeffrey inside centre, just moving along to accommodate Murray Wilson, and Lachlan Johnson returns to the starting lineup, which means Simon Fairbairn goes to the wing with Lachlan Johnson slotting in at scrum half, and it's a completely unchanged front 8 from the win against Melrose when they dominated up front in stages, but they did fall off and now and again during that fixture. It might leave the door open for Biggar, who start with Robbie Orr at fullback, a player who's carrying an injury, as it's been heard. And inside centre Andrew Jardine as well, who spent a lot of time at Melrose, Scotland age grade as well, will be looking to try and impose himself against the captain. The opposite man this evening is Rex Jeffrey. And then in the forwards, Chris Mulligan is a dynamic back row, very industrious, and he'll skipper the side. But there is also the big formidable figure of Craig Borthwick packing down in the second row, the player coach now at Biggar. He's been at Peebles and he had a very fruitful spell here at Gala, where he got Scotland club international representatives. And Biggar are led onto the field by Chris Mulligan, a very short and stout back row. He will be a player to keep an eye out for this evening at Netherdale in National 1. Biggar in 3rd position in the league, looking to try and squeeze the life out of Gala as the crowd welcome Gala onto the field. Rex Jeffrey casually just walking on with the mascot this evening, but the players filter onto the park. and conditions are pretty good for a game of open rugby in what is a mouth-watering Friday night clash here at Netherdale. And it is going to be Bogle to get play started here as the referee Tom French gets play underway. The ball right-footed kick, and it goes down the gob of Ewan Dodds, who just trundles it up, tucks it and tries to secure the ball as the bigger players don't really commit to the ruck. They've not committed at all. Lachlan Johnson putting boot to ball now, kicking it downfield. We've got the players loitering behind there, and it's Angus Thompson, the skull cap. He takes the ball into territory there as Craig Borthwick gets his hand on the ball in the first time, and now it's opened up for Biggar. Biggar looking to try and keep it alive. It's a good run there, good support from Bakarajewski, and now Mulligan, the captain, trying to keep the tempo high here. Biggar as they look to try and impose themselves. They've only lost 3 games so far this season. They've played 16. Gala only lost 2. And Makara is wrapped up there as Conor Lavery, a very skillful 10, has found a little gap in behind, and it's been well gathered there. There was Rowan Stewart who managed to gather the ball, but has now came back on a Gala side, but Tom French is going to bring that back. And it looks like it's going to be a penalty to Biggar, and Robin Purdie, who's alongside me this evening. That's an imposing start there from Biggar.
It's a very impressive start for Biggar Dale. They looked very composed, very nerveless early on, and yes, they're going to be delighted with that. You know, big game this tonight with only one going up almost every game as we get to the end of the business end of the season. At the top end of the table, every game's a cup final.
It's going to be a kick into the corner from Ewan Bogle, and this is a dangerous position for Gala to be in. Defended very well in their fixture against Melrose last week, but this is a slightly different outfit, and it's a really accurate line out there. It looks like it could be in the midst of Craig Borthwick, who has got the ball back to the hooker Stewart, and it's quite stagnant there, but now gets that go for it, now gets that shunt. He looks really well protected at the back. He's over the line, and it's first blood to Biggar here at Netherdale, and what a start it has been for the visitors, and they get the opening score. He was slotting them in the warm-up, and he's curled this one round, and that is as straight as you like. 7 points. 7 points to 0. Biggar, they strike first here, and it's a big blow for Gala. It's not the start that you want. And Craig Borthwick just slowly arriving at the line out. He's a player he's played some of his best rugby here at Netherdale, but he's a tenaciously competitive character, and he'll give his all for the Biggar cause, even though he has worn Peebles colours in the past as well. But he's done his job at the line out there again, just securing that ball. And that's another secure maul going forward. It's starting to splint around the side. You can see Liam Scott with his arm in there looking to try and rip the ball back, but still it trundles forward here for Biggar, and they encroach closer to that line, but it's been really well defended by Gala. But you say well defended, that's a little for Gala. That had go forward. It was starting to pick up that little bit of momentum, and they're perhaps fortunate it did go to ground.
That's a reprieve for Gala, make no bones about that. 6 minutes in, it's only 6 minutes, but if they don't blow that chance Biggar and they go 14-0, there's a bit of coming back from there, and that's Gala will be delighted at that.
It's more secure here on this occasion. The third time of asking. It looks like it's going to be a successful scrum for Gala, but it's guddled on the line. And can Biggar capitalise on it? It's Conor Lavery who scooped up the ball from the knock-on and squirmed his way over the line. The experienced fly half showing great pitch awareness. And he managed just to scoop up that ball from the shotgun off the scrum, trying to just pass it, hit it up, and the loose ball was spilled, and Conor Lavery gobbles that up all day and gets the stretched arm over the line. Yeah,
and we talked about the big, would the Biggar error be costly in the run-up, and then straight after the scrum, Gala have gone and coughed it up, and Lavery was very quick to act there, and Gala, the captain's going to have to pull him in behind the post there and have a word. They need to find a way to get into this game.
Conor Lavery's father, Dennis Lavery, an ex-president, a very good Biggar club man. He'll be proud of his son as he's watching on. He was always a player when we played against him. His name always cropped up. And Bogle's a name which is constantly seeming to crop up for the Hartree Mill side, and rightfully so, as he makes another successful attempt at the sticks, and he makes it 14 points to 0 after 10 minutes here at Netherdale. Eason to the line out, he throws in, and competitive there. It looked like he was almost wrapped up before his feet landed on the ground. The referee says play on, and now the ball is in the hands of Dodds, and that's a huge pass out wide, and it's an interception here. The referee has brought that back, but that was dangerous for Gala. Perhaps knew the advantage was there. You can't hear what the referee is speaking about, but it's going to be a very well received yellow card for Mr. Craig Borthwick, who's going to spend 10 minutes in the bin. In surroundings, he remembers very, very well. I'm sure he's had a few yellow cards in a maroon shirt as well, but he is going to spend time in the bin. And I think it's going to be another throw into the line out. So Biggar down to 10 men. They've got a 14-point advantage here. Craig Borthwick just watches on, has a final little chat with Ian Herd, and he'll make his way up the touchline here with a smile on his face. And a throw into the line out. Gala look to go again without Craig Borthwick in there. And they've got a little bit to go forward. It looks very secure there from Gala as they go further towards that line. They're closer and closer. Tom French in a very, very good position there to see what's going on in the close encounters. Dodds now. Dodds passing to Jeffrey. And Jeffrey spilled it there, and again there's going to be another penalty. The Netherdale crowd not too happy with the amount of penalties which are totting up here. And Gala again go quick, and I think that is Ewan Dodds. Ball in hand, presented back. Lachlan Johnson is tasked with giving it to somebody else. Robbie Irvin passing on, and it's opened up here for Easton. Can he go over the line? Great defence there for Biggar, who just swarm across and shut off the space. And now Tamasitis now is trying to have a little shoulder at the door. He can't nudge it over and looks to get the ball back, because it's very important you get the ball back now. But it could be a dropout to Biggar. And Gala go again, just round the corner, tight exchanges, looking to try and use these big burly runners to try and barge their way over this dogged Biggar defence and try and reply from the 14 points which has already been scored here for Biggar colours so far. It's spilled out the back there. The referee having a little look at that. It looks like it's came back on the Gala side as they work hard to try and protect this ball. Ewan Dodds there in a familiar position. He got the score against Melrose, but he can't make it work on this occasion. It's now spilled over. Biggar playing dangerous rugby on their own line. It's been charged down. You wonder if the advantage is over now. And it is Johnson, Fergus Johnson, now looking to try and just puncture this Biggar defence, put it straight up the guts and take the fight straight back to Biggar. It's now Jeffrey looking to try and provide that platform. And Gala, with all intents and purposes attacking well, but they're not finding the gaps in this Biggar defence. And now Johnson manipulating that 2-on-1 back in field. Peppers scooping up well, and they're trying to throw that ball, but it has been a knock on and it's frantic. Gala trying to throw everything at this Biggar defence, but even with 14 men, they've held up very well. And it's going to be a throw into the line out for Jack Eason. Ball above his head, throwing it towards the tail, and that's a really good line out. We found Robbie Irvin there at the tail. And now Johnson spilling the ball out to Dodds. He misses one, and it is finding the hands of Peppers as he got the 2-on-1. It's just not went to hand, and now it's a Biggar ball. Can they strike on the counter? They kick downfield. It is now a foot race, and it's a foot race. It looks like Biggar are winning. Can they get boot to ball? They've got a couple of players there. This bounce kindly for Biggar. He gets a hands on ball. He's over the line, and it is a score for Fraser Jackson. And from their own try line, 14 men. That's all they've got with Craig Borthwick in the bin. They go from their own try line all the way on the counter. 19 points nil, and this is an uphill battle now for Gala.
Oh, that's a hammer blow for Gala. They were in. If the ball goes to hand, he was in. And it's gone to ground. Football stuff up the paddock, and in the end Biggar had their pick of the players to score the try. That is going to take a bit of coming back from now for Gala.
Gala no points, and it's Bogle to try and add 2 further points. 100% success rate for the winger. And McCarra is rolling it in, and another solid platform there from Biggar, who secure that ball, and Jardine finds Lavery in the pocket, just ghosting in behind his supporting players, and it's a good kick chase there from Biggar, but the kick downfield from Peppers just returning it to Lavery, who's inside his own 22 and looks to return that downfield, and he makes some good territory there from an acute angle. When he gets it well over the halfway line, I think their squad and their club is built over the last few decades, and it is now in a position where they want to be challenging at the top of Scottish rugby, and to come to a historic ground such as Netherdale is one of the best platforms to show that, as Lachlan Johnson goes laterally across the defence there, but it works for Gala on this occasion. They've perhaps dislodged this Biggar defence, but they scurry round and make a fight of it on the floor, and Johnston, the instigator of that attack, finds Tamasitis, and he's met with a stubborn and stern defence yet again as this black wall holds firm. It's not been encroached yet as Wilson spills the ball over to Johnson. Johnson kicks downfield. He's got a couple of Gala players charging downfield, but McCara done well to sweep up the danger in the 22. It's came back on the Gala side, but it's going to be a penalty to Biggar. And it's perhaps something that you see a little bit more in National 1, is there's perhaps a little bit more penalties than advantage because you don't have the beauty of having ARs, and it's not something you want to drum on about too much, but the opening 25 minutes of this game we've seen a lot of penalties.
Yeah, I think so. It's one of these things as well. I think as a referee, if you are on your own, you've got to remember where you played advantage from, especially if you're going back and forward. I think as a referee, you always want to allow the ball to flow and keep the teams playing with that ball until you don't want to blow your whistle until you really have to. So just play advantage, and if it isn't going anywhere, you've always got that opportunity to come back. But you do certainly. You do certainly see a lot more penalties, and specifically I think because the assistant referees would usually call the offsides behind the referee, whereas if he sees it or he thinks he's seen it, he's not really got an option but to give it.
It's certainly a difficult task for Tom French here this evening to keep his eyes peeled. Lavery just trying to keep the ball alive, and Bogle coming off his wing, and he holds firm in attack as well, and it's just straight through the middle. It's Bakavajewski here, and he manages to offload the ball. McCara is in support. Can he get in the corner for the bonus point try? Biggar go in for their fourth try. He dives over, and this could be a cricket score at Netherdale. Biggar firmly in the driving seat. They are taking a commanding lead here.
And props are throwing dummies already, 26 minutes in, and what a dummy it was. What great play by the big prop. And in all the matches of rugby I've seen this season, I can't think that I've seen a more complete half an hour by any team at any level. This has been absolutely exceptional by Biggar, and Gala look like they do not know what has hit them.
100% kicking record so far for Bogle, right-footed kicker, and he's accurate with that one yet again. 28 points to 0, and currently points per minute, they're beating the clock. 27 minutes gone here, and Bogle 4 kicks. Biggar are back to a full complement of players. It is something that, playing alongside Craig Borthwick, who's now a player coach here at Biggar, it is something he always prided himself on, was defence, and he was inside centre when I was outside centre, and you were at a deaf lug by the end of the game because he really knew his defence, and it's something that you can see here from Biggar so far, restricting Gala to limited opportunities and limited space in attack as Borthwick is back on the field of play. And Biggar secure that ball through McCara, and it's Lavery again kicking downfield, and it could just be a matter of making sure they try and get Gala to attack from deep, because Biggar, they hold all the cards here, and that's another good defensive kick from Conor Lavery, thrown to the line out, another secure line out, but it's been dragged to the floor. Craig Borthwick providing the platform. Bakavajewski now looking to rampage forward, protect that ball. He played a bit of his time at Hoyk as well, so he's very familiar with these border teams. And Biggar look to try and twist and weave themselves out of the contact zone and secure that ball. Perhaps blocking that off slightly as Voas is on the shoulder, looking for some support, but he almost broke the first tackle, and the Gala players over that ball. You can see Liam Scott digging about there as McCara gets the ball away to Lavery. Lavery passing out the back now. The wingers in the back three now interlinking. It is Robbie Orr looking to try and dance his way towards that line, but he's been met with some stern Gala defence, and now Lavery sizing up his options. Is he going over for the second try? He's just been stopped short here by Gala as Liam Scott has to roll quickly away, and now Bakavajewski now keeping the ball alive. And it has came to Josh King, who almost goes close, but just driven back by Gala. And Gala having to defend for their lives here. If they've got any hope of getting anything from this game, as the players join and try and force their way forward, but it's going to be a penalty to Gala, and a little bit of respite there. And I don't think Craig Borthwick's too happy with that decision, but he's going to have to be careful what he's saying to the referee, because he is not the captain this afternoon. It is Chris Mulligan. And I'm sure you would hear probably the biggest roar if he's seen a red card here. But Craig Dodd's now to kick downfield, and that relieves the pressure. But you're perhaps just papering over cracks here, because this bigger pressure with the players like Bakavajewski, and we've got Voas as well in the front row. They're formidable. You know, they're putting Gala under a lot of pressure. There's a sizable crowd here at Netherdale for this battle at the top of National 1. One that Biggar can ill afford to lose, and one that they're certainly making a good job of. As Rex Jeffrey looks to try and split the defence, and he manages to break free from the defenders. And this ironclad Biggar defence is finally breached, and the ball's ghosted in front, but it's been knocked on by Bogle. And this is going to be an interesting conversation between the referee and the winger. And the Biggar players are quickly there. It looked like he did make an attempt to try and gather that ball. Tom French. Stephen, what's the decision here before he reaches for his pocket?
You know, for me, it did look like he tried to grab that ball. You know, I think if it is, and Tom French has given that as a deliberate knock on, I think given the speed of the game was going there and in that position of the pitch, he's pinned him. So
yeah, it's a yellow card for Ewan Bogle. He's got 4 kicks, and you can add a yellow card to that. So him and Craig Borthwick, so for the duration of this first half, Biggar have been down to 14 men, and would you believe it, because they're 28 points to 0 up. Can they get some points on the board to make a fight in the second half as they try to breathe some more life into their promotion push here in National 1? It's accurate from the line out, it's secure from them all, it's going forward for the Maroons, it's going forward closer towards that line. They look to get over, and it is a score for Gala. They managed to breach this Biggar defence, this ironclad Biggar defence, and it's a try here for Gala. 5 points on the board.
If ever a team needed a lifeline, it was Gala right now, and they've just got one. First of all, great play from Rex Jeffrey in the centre to set that up. He's been the one shining light for Gala in this first half, and if they can get this 28 points to 7, it's still an absolute mountain to climb, but my word, they needed a try there.
Taylor Wilson with the try, but Craig Dodds adds 2 points, as assured as ever, and Taylor Wilson has given Gala supporters and Gala club members a sign of relief as Conor Lavery shows all his experience. He's just punched that out of the field, a little grubber drop kick restart from the experienced fly half, and he's almost the first guy down the tunnel. But it has been an absolute whirlwind of a first half for Biggar. They have went into a 28 points to 7 lead in this game. Play back underway here at Netherdale on a crisp Friday night. Who doesn't love Friday night rugby? Probably Gala supporters are now, actually. But it is a second half where Gala have got it all to do, and they kick downfield, and it's been left to bounce there by Biggar, but eventually falls into the hands of Fraser Jackson, who himself got a try in the first half. Biggar now kicking downfield, looking to try and put a little bit of pressure on Craig Dodds, but he does well to get the knee up, but he's been met by Josh King, and he just clatters the Gala fly half. The flanker having a very good first half, displaying the dark arts in the close quarters. Now Gala look to try and push it a little bit wider, and Lachlan Johnson now looking to go against the grain. Craig Dodds noticing there was almost a little bit of a disjointed defence there, but couldn't be gathered by Angus Dunn. All players perhaps just seeing it
advantage over
the defence split there, but just couldn't take advantage. And now Robbie Orr's got the spikes on, and he's looking to put a lot of pressure on the Gala defence. That's good attacking work there from Gala as they managed to just evade the clutches. Fergus Johnson dancing his way out of trouble.
No.
As Lachlan Johnson passes to Craig Dodds, who kicks downfield, and it's now Conor Lavery, a player himself who got a try in the first half, but kicked well from the boot, and he just pins that up in the air and looks to try and contest that, but it's been well gathered by Robbie Irvin, and the penalty advantage coming for Gala as they look to try and use it and get the ball wide. Looking to dance back in field, it is Murray Wilson, and he's been wrapped up well by Ewan Stewart, who's yet another try scorer in the first half for the visiting team. And now Gala look to get the ball over the far side, spilled over to Fergus Johnson, and he looks to take play up towards the halfway line as Gala look to build momentum, go through the phases and try and move this Biggar defensive line. And Tamasitis now trying to introduce himself in a little bit of a more enforceful manner than he did in the first half, as he was driven back on occasion in the scrum and in the loose. And now there's numbers up on this far side as Rex Jeffrey looks to spill that over. It was a forward pass when there was numbers up there for Gala, but just not going to hand there for the inside centre and the captain. And when Gala were building head of steam and looked to be a little bit more composed, which is something they were lacking in the first half, the errors creep in.
Yeah, we've picked up where we left off, unfortunately for Gala. Actually, several phases. There's no lack of intent, but just when that little bit of composure was needed, and more composed from Gala, but just need to cut out the errors.
So Lachlan Johnson again to try and roll this ball into the scrum. Third time lucky. Twice for Gala. One put in for Biggar in the same position, and that's a secure scrum. It's starting to go forward for Biggar, and Johnson's having to hurry back to try and secure that ball, but does a great job in fishing the ball out to Dodds, who pins the ball downfield, and that bounce has been very favourable for Gala, as it doesn't give Orr a lot of time to kick downfield, and it squirms out into touch. And it looks like there is going to be a slight reshuffling in the back line, and we'll see how they line up in open play. But from the line out, Lachlan Johnson does find Ewan Dodds, and Rex Jeffrey straight through. He's got a player on his shoulder. Can he find Agustin? Yes, he can. He's going to go just to the left hand side of the sticks, and it is exactly what Gala were needing. It is exactly what Gala were wanting, and straight off the line out, first phase ball, Ewan Dodds finds Dunn, and Dunn goes just to the left hand side of the sticks, gets the try, and we've got a game.
Thank goodness for that, because it was looking like a one-way traffic for most of that first half. Gala right back in this, and yeah, what a try. First phase, great break. We said in the game last week when we were here that Gala needed something, and it was exactly the same this week, and they got that something almost exact same. They got a clean break. It's culminated in a try, which will hopefully turn into 7 points, and it's game on.
Dodds right-footed kick, not able to be charged down there from the pressure from Biggar, because Conor Lavery now gets us back underway, and that's a low stabbed kick straight into the clutches of Lachlan Johnson, and he kicks downfield with a slightly longer kick which goes straight into the 22. And now Robbie Orr getting the ball off Thompson, and again it's a scruffy kick out of the field. Gala building momentum. Can they win this game from what's been going on in the first half? They've certainly got their tails up.
They've almost, Gala started to do it bigger. They've got intent with their kicks, and they've got intent with their overall play, but they've lost the line out.
And from the line out, the errors start to creep back into the Gala game. And Biggar looked like they had the ball secure, but it is a penalty to Gala, and you can see the impetus there from the Gala pack, and Rex Jeffrey looking to just try and get that ball. And this is going to be an interesting decision. The points it looks like they're going for in the context of the game, this could be a very, very big 3 points.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like they're going to the corner now. I thought they had signalled to go for the sticks.
We've already asked for points.
Oh, you were right.
Oof.
Yeah, you were right.
We've already asked for points. So.
Alright, sorry, no problem. Can you make the call again so he knows?
Wow, well, I've never seen that before. I've never seen the call, somebody make the call and then change it, and the referee to pull them back and say you've signalled that.
One of the Gala, I think it's the coaching team, had actually ran onto the pitch with the tee.
Right.
Once that tee enters the field of play, the kick must be taken.
Oof. But now it's up to Craig Dodds to get the 3 points here. It's a kick he perhaps wasn't looking to make, but you can hear Gid Doddsy on the field, and it's a successful penalty from Craig Dodds. Robbie Irvin from the line out, he lobs it back to Johnson. Johnson has found Jeffrey on Dodds on the loop, and Loop manages to find Fergus Johnson, who almost gets through the line there, just not able to on that occasion. Now Lachlan Johnson looks to go again, and it is the replacement Glenn McCrum who's tasked with the first job of plundering it into the heart of the Biggar defence. And now Tamasitis is wrapped up by Craig Borthwick, the type of jobs he relishes doing. But Rex Jeffrey now finds John Turnbull. John Turnbull's got some space there. He spills the ball out wide, but it's a knock on there. It's a knock on from Johnson on the wing, when again for the second week in a row Turnbull split the defence, managed to get through. Perhaps being the back in me, I perhaps think he could have been a little bit greedier there and straightened up his line, because the Biggar defence was at sea there, and it's a completely Jekyll and Hyde defence we've seen from Biggar. Conor Lavery for Biggar just sitting in the pocket, perhaps looking to try and exit more open field, but it's going to be a penalty for Gala.
Step the whole front row, step left, and then went in.
Sorry, see the captain.
We've backed away.
Keep it going, boys. Keep it going.
Step left and in.
The referee making his intentions very, very clear to the Biggar players. Kick downfield, and that's a bonus for Gala there.
There was an issue on the binding which I think caused that scrum to stand up the first time. On the second time there he said, Biggar, you have taken a step which has caused the scrum to go. So Gala's got that penalty.
And they get the penalty, they get the line out. Can they get some go forward? It looked like it maybe slightly disjointed there, but the ball weasels its way towards the back, and now in the midst of Jackieson as the players bundle in and they go forward here from the Gala pack. They have amassed all the players over the line, and Gala, from the depths of defeat, marching over the line, and Jackieson is getting the slaps on the back. He looks like he's the man that got that try there. And Gala, would you believe it, 22 points to 28, 15 minutes gone in this second half, and this is a big, massive turnaround here at Netherdale.
This is absolutely unbelievable from Gala. I was shell-shocked in the first half at sort of Biggar's performance, and I'm shell-shocked now that this is a 6-point ball game and possibly going to be a 4-point ball game, and we're literally only 16 minutes into this second half. It's absolutely bizarre.
Craig Dodds to add the extras. Right-footed kick. He had a similar penalty earlier on. He's turned quickly. He doesn't like that one, and it's going to remain 22 points to 28. Biggar to get play back underway. They're going short on this occasion, and it is almost plucked out of the air from Gala, but it came back on a Biggar side, a foot in touch. And now we can catch our breath. An interesting scoreline in National 1, and if Gala were to come back and win this might be one of the best comebacks I've ever witnessed in amateur rugby. But they still have a dangerous opponent in Biggar, as Makara is loitering behind that solid scrum. He spills the ball to Lavery. Lavery has got Jardine on that close line. It is a forward pass, and Jardine, who looked like he had acres of space, one man to beat him behind, a dangerous inside centre, as we can see from his time at Melrose, now back at his hometown club. He's on the receiving end of a decision which he doesn't agree with from Tom French, but that is how dangerous players like Jardine are, Andrew Jardine.
Yeah, and let's not get lulled into a false sense of security here. Biggar showed exactly what they could do at first phase there, just with a little bit more accuracy, and Jardine was potentially in there, and Gala were back on the ropes.
Scrums collide together. Scrum half, Lachlan Johnson's been reinstated to the start line-up, and Gala under all sorts of pressure there in the scrum, and you can see the two teams showing their aggression there. And Gala perhaps out-muscled there. Biggar perhaps starting to wake up a little bit as well, as you can see them start to flex their muscles in that scrum. They'll get the put in now, and this is a dangerous position for Gala. When their tails are up, it's a sort of fire blanket that can really dampen any sort of embers that Gala may have.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Scrum to Gala, and that it's easy to say, Sabir, but that could later in the game turn out to be a key point. Possession swung back in the way of Biggar now, and now they have an attacking platform.
There's been a game of twists and turns. We've had yellow cards, we've had what looked like unassailable leads, which we've got a comeback on our hands as well. We've got a dominant scrum, and now we're going to have a penalty, and this is going to be an interesting decision as well. As I said, within Ewan Bogle's range, he starts to trundle across towards the referee, and I wonder if he fancies this. I think he's going to perhaps be tasked with trying to stab it downfield, maybe just out with his reach on this big Netherdale pitch, and he punts it into the Gala 22. But it's now going to be a throw into the line out for Biggar. Can this Gala defence hold firm, or will it be a bigger attack to come up trumps on this occasion? The maul's formed there as the referee shouts that to the players, as Ewan Stewart is the man with the ball at the back there, under control as it starts to recycle its way back to Voas. Now, back of a jet ski now. He's got the ball there as Ewan Dodds looks to try and make a nuisance of himself. A little quick flash of the bum cheeks from Ewan Dodds, as well as from the back of them all. Back of a jet ski, he gets isolated. The Gala players are there, they're all over that ball. Great work on the floor from Angus Dunn. Gala win the penalty, and really there, it was as obvious as you like. From the back of the stand here, we can see that. Absolutely. Back of a jet ski got isolated. Two players on the ball. Gala kicked downfield, and they relieved the pressure, but the referee only had one decision there.
Yeah, you could clearly see there that Gala were first in, and even you could hear the Gala players shouting to the referee, look, he's holding, and quite rightly so. He strong up body position in there, so good penalty call there from Tom French as well.
As the Biggar players take their orders and get to the breakdown. And now Voss up to the 10 metre line. Still miles away from the Gala try line. But Biggar looking to try and assert themselves on this game, because for the last 20 minutes in the second half it's been Gala's game, and Lavery looking to try and turn the winger as he found a little bit of space, and that is a delicate kick over the head of Fergus Johnson. He manages to turn the winger, and that's the experience you get from Conor Lavery. Throw into the line out. It's under a little bit of pressure from Biggar, but Robbie Irvine does well to bring that back on a Gala side, and a little bit of momentum here in the Mall as it starts to wheel its way up towards that 22. It starts to splinter and twist and turn, but Gala do get the advantage from the Mall.
Advantage against two black. Side entry.
And there's Ewan Stewart being penalised as Gala got a free ball to play with. They can chuck the pill about. And it was almost intercepted there from Biggar, but no danger as it was, because the advantage was coming. The referee going to bring this back over to the far side. Heriots will be watching this with bated breath, and we've got the return fixture on the 2nd of April as well. Gala have to still travel to Hartree Mill. And as we say, Gala, we say they've got it in their own hands. They've suffered 2 defeats so far this season, but they have to welcome Heriots down here, a different Heriots side who perhaps started the campaign at the beginning of the season, and they've got to go to Hartree Mill. So there's still some big games to come for Gala if they want to reach the promised land of the Premiership. And Biggar have got their own thoughts as well of trying to get back to the top table of Scottish rugby. And McCara from the scrum finds Lavery putting boot to ball again, looking to try and turn Simon Fairbairn, and he does well on this occasion. And now Murray Wilson, who's slotting in at fullback from the slight reshuffle which has seen John Turnbull go in at centre after the injury to Scott Peppers, and Johnson finds Dodds kicking downfield. It's not came off his boot how he'd like, but that is now going to be a foot race, and Bogle does well, and that is a great skill from the winger. Just a little show and go, kicks downfield. It looks like it's still stayed in field. Craig Dodds was signalling that went out in the full, and Bogle chasing down his own kick, putting a lot of pressure on the Gala fly half, and that was excellent play from Bogle, the winger. He seems to get in and out this team at Biggar, but I think for me it looks like he should be a nailed on starter every week, because he's having a great game for the visiting side. And Gala kicking downfield, and Lavery is finding himself in it. He's been tackled well, and McCara with that flat pass, a little bit too flat as it just bobbles in front of the Biggar players. And now King, a very strong, industrious player in the loose. Lavery putting boot to ball for the cross-field kick. That bounces kindly into the hands of Jackson as he goes back across field to try and find the open door in the Gala defence, and they're all firmly shut. The Gala players well over the ball there. French having to have a keen eye on that, but Biggar, they come again round the corner, looking to try and go direct. Lavery pivoting, giving the ball to Jardine. Ball getting through the hands now. Biggar make their way up to the Gala 22, and McCara again digging about. He finds Lavery, the fly half, looking to try and go on his own, but he's been spilled in contact. The ball's been spilled. Turnbull presenting that back. It's came back on the Gala side, but trying to clearance kick. They've spilled that, and it's went straight to Mulligan. The captain scooping up that ball. McCara now. McCara's got some support on that far side. Borthwick there in support. Biggar now. Looked like they'd coughed up that ball, but they're now closer and closer towards that Gala line, and twisting and turning, almost there. McCara finds back of a jet ski, but he's been met with some good Gala defence. He's over the line, and it's a score for Biggar. French signalling that the ball was grounded there, and from what was a Biggar error, they score off their own mess. They coughed up the ball. Lavery losing it in contact, but Gala not being able to make that count. Turnbull perhaps hesitant on the floor to get that ball away, and from the kick, Biggar get the ball, and eventually they make the pressure count. Dodds gets play back underway with a high contestable restart, but it has been well gathered there by Jamie Orr, the brother of the fullback Robbie Orr. And McCara with a pinpoint pass to Lavery, hands up, presenting the target, and he's kicking it downfield and allowing Gala, or coaxing Gala back to try and play rugby and roll the dice. Bogle again, boot to ball, trying to kick downfield, and it's went into a Gala 22, and Johnson now returning the kick, and I think he does find touch, and as it just bounces in front of the advertisement hoardings on that far side. McCara is in no rush to try and play this. 11 points now, the deficit between these two teams. Jack Eason to throw the ball into the line out, and Liam Scott is one of the first players there to try and secure this rehearsed maul as Craig Borthwick looks to try and claw and swim his way through the heavy traffic. But Gala got a little bit of go forward, a little nudge here. It's going towards the touchline and opening up the field of play as the ball comes back to the Gala backs, who really run up a channel. Lachlan Johnson being instructed to use the ball as McCrum now looks to try and duck down and get through the traffic, but he's been met with two very big tackles there. Josh King, one in particular. Now Jack Eason looking like he's running in custard as he went into that contact in this clatchy ground. He's putting a good shift in the front row. He'll be gasping through every phase. But Gala looking to try and go round the side. Lachlan Johnson saying that he's been stopped there by Craig Borthwick as he takes a little breather and a little nap there behind the ruck. But it's opening up here. Craig Dodds looking to try and stab the ball downfield and make it a foot race. Robbie Orr is there and kicks it downfield, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
No. Captain, please. I need your players to make an effort to roll in the tackle. Okay, happy words, please. 16. Mark's over here.
It was Paul Davidson who was the player, I think, penalised there. It looked like Craig Borthwick was one in there as well, but it's Davidson who's been penalised there. And it gives Gala another chance
16.
to try and put a bit more pressure on Biggar.
You could also.
They had a really good opening 15 minutes to this second half, where they've amassed 22 points for their tally.
Nothing in the air.
Obviously adding the 15, they've got the 7 points in the first half, but from the maul it's got some go forward again. As we're going to see the cavalry arrive for Gala. It's got some go forward. I think I can hear the referee screaming some advantage over on the far side. Can they get the ball down? That looks good from this side. I think the referee perhaps saying that it's not down yet. Look to try and go on the short side, and again Gala looking to try and win these small inches round the fringes.
3, hands up. Offside, 3.
Gala, Tamasitis now, he's been stood up in contact, but the advantage is definitely coming now, and it's back on this side. Free ball here for Gala. Johnston, he finds Dodds on the cut to Turnbull. Is Turnbull going to weave his way out of traffic? He tries to go in between the legs of Borthwick, and now Liam Scott, he just tries to get the ball and spilt in contact there.
No.
And that is a big yellow card. I think that is Bakabajetsky, who has been yellow carded here.
Is that a line-out penalty again? No.
He is going to leave the field of play. They could potentially snatch this victory in this game, and it could be a vital victory for Gala, who, as they say, have to return to Biggar in a few weeks' time. It's next weekend, and it's go forward here from the maul. It is over the line, and that is a score for Gala. They get the score, and it is the trusty Mr. Ewan Dodds who gets the ball down. And now 27 points to Gala, 33 points to Biggar. This could be an important kick for Craig Dodds, right footed, and they have a little glance at each other. It's successful, and it is now Gala 29, Biggar 33. I remember a game where Gala were 4 points down with a couple of minutes left last week. Can we see history repeat itself here? Listen to the crowd.
The crowd are demanding it, that is for sure. It's a carbon copy.
Deja vu as Bogle gets play back underway, kicks it downfield. Ewan Dodds, the try scorer, underneath the ball. Gala, are they going to get a win from a game where they were never in it in the opening 30 minutes? They kick downfield. Bogle secures the ball. He's got Paul Davidson on the wrap. He takes the ball over the halfway line, and Biggar looking to just try and secure that ball. Lavery kicking downfield. It's not came off the boot well for the fly half. It's went out in the full, and Gala will get the throw into the line out. Jono, the coach, just signalling exactly where the line out should be taken from, as if Ian Hare didn't know already. And the throw into the line out is secure. That is as accurate as you like from Easton. An excellent job at the line out, and it's going to be a penalty for Biggar. an infringement there, and a big call and a big moment there from French.
Yeah, I could see Nerd walking down the touchline there, shaking his head at that one.
He's a Gala man.
He's a Gala man, I suppose, right enough, but I'm not sure about that obstruction call. For me, it didn't look like obstruction. It looked like the maul had formed legally as such.
And there's going to be a penalty for Biggar here. Bogle going to kick downfield. The right-footed kick makes some good territory. Still time on the clock, although the scoreboard at the end of the field, we've had a few yellow cards. We've had a few stoppages as well from French. Perhaps say we've got a couple of minutes left here at Netherdale. Gala 29, Biggar 33. All to play for in National 1. And Biggar just eating down every single second of the clock. Stewart, who got the opening try in this epic battle between these two sides, he's tasked with throwing the ball into a secure line out. Gala look to try and compete it. It's messy. The referee signalling that it went back. He's been met with a few boos as well. But Biggar steady the ship, and Gala win the penalty on the floor. Great work from Tamasitas, the big man, bending down. A little bit of chat back as well from Borthwick. So there's another 10 metres, and Gala getting that much closer, and a little bit of a conversation between Johnson and Borthwick. And now Dodds, how much territory can he eat away at here? He's slipped on the field, but he has found touch, and it's an excellent touch finder just outside the 22. And what a finish we've got here at Netherdale.
It's going to take the accurate arrows here. What do Gala do here? Do they drive? Do they go wide? My word.
Secure the ball. They've been a different beast in the second half. Get the ball into the line out. Secure it. They have secured it in the back through Tamasitas. As he's been wrapped up, can they get the ball back? He does very well in contact to get that ball presented back. And Gala look to go round the corner. Johnston looking to steady the ship. Dodds spilling the ball out wide. Turnbull has been just met man and ball. His opposite man tries to strip him, and not able on that occasion as Gala concedes some territory. And now Johnson slowly and casually looking to play that ball round the corner, but he's been met there by the replacement Davidson.
Last play.
And you hear the referee signalling last play. Gala have to score a try to win this game, and they need to score now. There's no more time left for them to win this game, and they trundle the ball up. They get the cavalry there, the players are alert, the Gala players all there in abundance. And now that's a scrappy ball as the winger Fairbairn goes lateral. The bigger players pile in, and Gala win another penalty in a very attractive position, and they'll get the chance to kick downfield, and they'll get the chance to throw into this line out. Job number one, Craig Dodds, he has to kick it accurately out the field of play.
Last play.
And then Jack Eason has to step up to the plate. Both players unshot there, and Jack Eason just making his way towards the sideline. And Craig Dodds not being too greedy in terms of territory, just getting inside the bigger 22, and this is a pressure throw for Jack Eason. He's accurate there, he finds McCrum, they get them all there. It is disjointed, but Dodds using all his experience there, making sure that he doesn't run into his teammates. The ball's there for Johnson to play, and he passes the ball. It's now in the hands of the throw into the hooker. Eason, now Jeffrey just dancing back in field, looking to try and use his power on this game to try and unpick this defence. Now Turnbull going direct, just straight into the guts. He's been wrapped up by Jardine, and King as well, and does well to get the ball back. And now big Tamasitas looking to try and go through the middle. He butters up the hips and gets through that gap, and now through the hands of Dodds. Dodds finds his namesake, the fly half this time, as they're tackled back inside the 22. Good accuracy from Gala so far, managing to keep the ball in hand. They go round the corner, the bigger players swarm in there, and it looks like Borthwick might be over the ball. Not able to win the penalty on that occasion. And Gala again going in 2s and 3s. Very smart play for the home side. Tamasitas again looking to try and protect that ball. He's got a couple of muckers there looking to support as Johnson sizes up his options, and it is his captain on his shoulder there, Dodds. He finds Jeffrey, not making much in the way of territory, but Dodds now just twisting and weaving his way out of contact. Johnston just pushing his opposition out of the way, and Tamasitas again being industrious in the loose, offering himself up to take some balls. And now Dodds just snake hips out of the challenges which are oncoming from the bigger defence. The bigger defence again holding firm. The offload working for Gala on that occasion. Now Johnson finds Dodds. Dodds has found Eason. Eason is sizing up his options and he wants to go back into his safe place, and that's surrounded by his teammates. Johnson now finds Dodds. Dodds out the back. That ball's went loose. Is it going to come back on a Gala side? If it is, it's going to be scrappy. A lot of pressure there from Biggar, and Gala are having to work really, really hard off the ball to get this back, but Biggar pile bodies in. And Gala looked like they might have secured that from a scrappy ball from Dodds. It is Turnbull. He gets knees on the ground. The referee telling the Biggar players to release, and Gala are now going to have to go from deep. Dodds has found Liam Scott, and he's been driven back about 5 metres there by the replacement Davidson. And Biggar solid in defence, and now Dodds has got numbers up. He looks to try and throw the dummy. He had players up, but perhaps the defence looked pretty good there for Biggar. Now Tamasitas just running off the shoulder of Dodds. Two experienced heads there for Gala. The ball spilled over to Jeffrey. He is slightly isolated here. If Biggar are quick on this ball, they could isolate the Gala captain. But the Gala players get there quickly. Now Turnbull looking to just duck and use any part of his body to try and break this resolute Biggar defence. And slowly but surely Gala are making yards. The ball's been in play for about 4.5 minutes, and it's been all Gala. You can see the strain on everybody's face as they start to stretch this Biggar defence. It's Murray Wilson looking to break the line. He's got Liam Scott. That's a good player having the support there, the back row. And now Fairbairn offering himself up as scrum half, passing to the normal scrum half there. And Tamasitas met with a couple of big challenges. Again, one from Borthwick. And now Blair Reevely. He's making some good yards in midfield. Lachlan Johnson gets himself there quickly, and this must be lung burst in play, but Gala almost dislodged that Biggar defence again, but not making any territorial gains. The home side having to keep the ball in hand, and Biggar trusting the defence and just asking Gala, attack them from deep. Dodds now passing out the back. He has found Jeffrey. Can he use this overlap? He has got Wilson. Wilson dances back in field, but he's got 3 Biggar defenders there. They look to try and strip the ball, but again the Gala attackers doing well to get to ground. And now Dodds, a little hitch kick there, being met by Voss. And Borthwick is Johnson. He finds Reevely found Dodds, and he was sizing up. He was loading the gun, and he was almost going to release that big pass outfield. He chose the safe option. There's Jack Eason again, the hooker, who's had a really, really good game. Again in the loose, offering himself up, and the ball's almost gone short there. It looks like it's been knocked on there from Gala, the referee, saying play is still going. McCara kicks the ball downfield. The kick is not a nice one from Biggar. There's a lot of pressure here on Robbie Orr. He's been challenged. He's over his own try line. The ball has been grounded, and Gala, for all the effort and all the pain that they put into that final kick chase, Robbie Orr travelled that ball over his try line. It would have been a defensive scrum for Biggar, but there's no more time on the clock. A game which Gala, by all rights, should never have been in after half an hour. They lose by the narrowest of margins. Lightning does not strike twice here at Netherdale. It is a 4-point loss on this occasion for Gala. It's Gala 29, Biggar 33, but what a game we have been treated to on Friday night.
Oh, what a game. And you know, there's a feast of rugby this weekend, obviously, with the Six Nations, and what a starter we have had here tonight at Netherdale. Gala were out of that for all intents and purposes. Half an hour gone, they were dead and buried, and all credit to the guts and the effort. They could have snatched that at the end there, but Biggar got back into a resolute defence, particularly in the last, frantic 3 or 4 minutes, and yeah, just a great game of rugby.
Gut-wrenching for Gala. I think they will be absolutely devastated, but both teams' title credentials remain intact. And they've got a game in hand in Biggar. They need to go to Hartree Mill, but it makes National 1 all that more interesting. But it is Gala who eventually come off second best. It's Gala 29, Biggar 33.
Fraser, that first half hour in particular, I guess you never seen that coming.
Look, I think obviously we prepped all week, and then we gave Biggar some opportunities in the Tainham, to be fair to them. But we knew that if we built into the game, we'd have opportunities, and look, we gave ourselves a chance just at the end. But Biggar defended well, and we just struggled to get our shape right at the end there, but we still had chances. I think we played a lot of good rugby, and we played in the right areas at times, and when we do that, we're really difficult to beat. I think, the first 30 minutes was disappointing for us, so we'll look at that, but like, that's rugby. Biggar took their opportunities and gave themselves that lead, but I think we finished the stronger, and I think, look, there's still a lot of rugby left this season, and we got 2 valuable points. So.
I was going to ask that question. If somebody had offered you 2 points after 30 minutes, would you have taken their hand off?
I think I know what we've got in our group. We know as a group of coaches what we've got in our group, and even after 30 minutes when it was 28-0, we knew that if we scored before half time, we would have an opportunity potentially to go deep into that game, and we did. But look, the 2 points might be valuable. As you know, there's games still to be played, and we're a game behind, I think, still. So, but we've got to win at Carter next week, and we'll dust ourselves down. We'll address that, but we'll move forward.
So, Craig, that sort of first 38 minutes, was that you guys at your absolute best?
Yeah, we got it right. We came out the blocks. We looked at Gala. We thought they would come out hard, and we thought, right, we'll just take it to them and see what happens. We got a few bounces of the ball, don't get me wrong, and took our chances when we got, and thankfully we did, because Gala came back like a storm at the end, and we kind of went to sleep a wee bit. So. Good job, we got a good start. As I say, we just spoke about that this was our last chance. We had to come down here and go for 5 points, and thankfully we've got it, and all it's done is move us to next week. We can't look any further as that, as I'm sure every coach says, but that's what it is. We go into, we have to get 5 points in every game and ask for results. So as I say, we'll just keep going and see where we go.
So what a sensational finish, a nail-biter right to the end tonight. It means that National League Division 1 is still wide open in the promotion stakes. Next week we're at Riverside Park for Jed Forest against Mar. Hope you can join us then, but for now, cheerio.